I want you to try something right now. If you can stand up and lift one foot off the floor, can you hold it for 10 seconds? A new shocking study of seniors published in the British Journal of Sports Medicine made a terrifying discovery. They found that older adults who were unable to stand on one leg for just 10 seconds had a near double risk of dying from any cause in the next 10 years. My name is Dr. Claire Whitmore, and I'm a joint surgeon. My entire career is focused on the new science of longevity. And I'm here to tell you that this 10-second test, this simple measure of your balance, is a far more accurate predictor of your health and lifespan than the number on your fitness tracker. This brings us to a hard, uncomfortable question. We have all been told that 10,000 steps a day is the key to a long, healthy life. We have all been sold on the idea that walking is the perfect exercise for seniors. But let me ask you, if walking is the answer, why did it do nothing to train you for that 10-second life or death balance test? As a surgeon, I am on the front lines of an epidemic. I am operating on seniors who have fallen and fractured their hips, and many of them are religious walkers. They got their steps in every single day, but walking failed them. The 10,000-step rule was never a medical guideline. It was a marketing slogan invented in the 1960s by a Japanese company to sell pedometers. It's a myth, and it's a dangerous one. Because that myth has convinced millions of people that as long as they are walking, they are safe. They are not. In this video, I'm going to expose why a walking-only routine is one of the most dangerous, incomplete strategies a senior can follow. I'll show you the 3 silent failures of walking, the 3 longevity blind spots that walking completely misses, and then I will reveal the 1 exercise that I, as a surgeon, approve and recommend to all my patients. This single exercise is not soft. It is not a hobby. It is a powerful form of medicine that does train you for that 10-second test. It is scientifically proven to be superior to walking for preventing falls, healing joints, and even rebuilding your brain. And you must stay for the evidence. The data from institutions like Harvard and the New England Journal of Medicine is so profound, it is changing how we as doctors define exercise for seniors. All the studies I mention are cited for you in the description below. Before we dive in, I have a quick question. Where are you watching this from today? And what is your biggest frustration with your current exercise routine? I read every comment, and your story helps our entire community. All right, let's begin. Let's expose the 3 great failures of a walking-only plan. The first great failure is what I call the neural blind spot. Walking is too simple. It's a familiar, repetitive motion. After 2 minutes, your brain, which is the most brilliant efficiency machine in the universe, checks out. It goes on autopilot. You can think about your day. You can listen to a podcast. Your brain is not engaged in the movement. Your brain follows one brutal rule. Use it or lose it. The complex neural pathways in your brain that control balance, coordination, and rapid movement. If you don't use them, your brain prunes them away. Think of your nervous system like a garden. If you only water one simple plant like walking, all the other more complex and beautiful plants like balance, rotation, and stability begin to wither and die. This is why you can walk 5 miles a day and still feel clumsy. This is why you can walk 10,000 steps and still fail that 10-second balance test. You are walking on autopilot. Your body's software is becoming obsolete. And when you suddenly do need to make a complex, fast movement like stopping a fall, the software is no longer there. This leads to the second failure, the stability deficit. Your body is designed to move in 3 dimensions. You must be able to move forward and back. You must be able to move side to side, and you must be able to rotate. Walking is one-dimensional. It is only forward. This creates a dangerous, destabilizing imbalance. You are strengthening your forward-moving muscles like your quads while completely ignoring the muscles that stabilize you. The most important muscles that walking neglects are on the side of your hips, your gluteus medius, and your entire core. These are your lateral stability muscles. They are the muscles that keep your pelvis level when you lift one leg. They are the muscles that stop you from toppling over sideways. When these muscles get weak from neglect, it creates a terrifying cascade. Your side hip muscles weaken. Your core weakens. Your back muscles weaken. Your chest muscles get tight from a lifetime of leaning forward. The result, your body begins to collapse on itself. You develop a kyphosis, that forward hunch or dowager's hump you see so often. This is not a cosmetic issue. As a surgeon, I see this as a medical crisis. That forward hunch compresses your lungs, making it harder to breathe. It crowds your digestive organs, and most dangerously, it shifts your entire center of gravity forward in front of your feet. You are now in a constant state of falling, and your only defense is to shuffle your feet to keep up. This is why I see so many patients who fall sideways. They go to step off a curb, their untrained lateral muscles fail, their hip gives way, and they are on the pavement with a fracture. Their daily 10,000 steps did nothing to prevent it. And this leads to the third most critical failure, the sarcopenia epidemic. Walking is an endurance exercise. It is not a strength exercise. This is the most vital distinction a senior can learn. After the age of 50, your body is under attack by a condition called sarcopenia. This is the medical term for age-related muscle loss. You can lose 1 to 2% of your muscle mass, your power, your strength every single year. This is the thief that makes it harder to get off the toilet. This is the thief that makes it impossible to open a jar. This is the thief that makes a simple stumble turn into a broken hip because you no longer have the fast twitch power to catch yourself. Walking does nothing to stop this thief. Walking is like spending money from a bank account, but never making a new deposit. You are using the muscle you have left, but you are not building any new muscle. To build new muscle, you must follow the rule of progressive overload. You must challenge your muscles to do more than they are comfortable with. Walking by its very nature is the opposite. It's a familiar, low-intensity, repetitive motion. Your body is incredibly smart. It adapts in minutes. It says, "Oh, this again." And it learns to perform the movement using the least amount of energy and muscle possible. This is why you can walk for years and still get weaker. You are training your endurance, which is good for your heart, but you are completely neglecting your strength. So what is the answer? The true model for longevity is not one-dimensional. It is three-dimensional. To be truly independent and fall-proof, you must train all three layers of your body. First, you need structural health. You must fight sarcopenia with resistance training. This builds your emergency strength muscles. Second, you need positional health. You must fight kyphosis and instability with balance and postural training to fix your alignment. Third, you need neural health. You must fight autopilot by learning complex novel movements to upgrade your brain software. This sounds like a lot. It sounds like you need a personal trainer, a gym, and hours of free time. But what if there was one single exercise that did all three at the same time? What if there was one exercise that is a resistance exercise using your own body weight in a slow, controlled way? What if it was a positional exercise forcing you to constantly shift your balance, rotate your spine, and engage your core? And what if it was a neural exercise so complex and flowing that your brain cannot go on autopilot and is forced to build new pathways? There is, and that is the one exercise that is scientifically demonstrably superior to walking. It's called Tai Chi. Now, before you think this is soft or just meditation, I am here as a surgeon, a specialist in mechanics and data to tell you that the hard clinical evidence on Tai Chi is so powerful, it is changing my entire field. Let's look at that evidence. Let's start with the single biggest crisis for seniors: falls. A devastating fall is the event that starts the downward spiral for so many. It's the broken hip that leads to the hospital, the surgery, the loss of muscle, and the loss of independence. So, what is the best way to prevent a fall? Harvard Medical School researchers conducted a massive landmark study to answer this question. They took over 200 seniors and compared different exercise programs. The results were shocking. The group that practiced Tai Chi for just 20 minutes 3 times a week reduced their risk of falling by an astounding 47%. That number is unheard of. It outperformed every other intervention. It was dramatically better than traditional strength training, better than isolated balance work, and it completely blew walking out of the water. Why? Because Tai Chi is not just strength. It's not just balance. It's both at the same time with a cognitive component. It's a multitask exercise. You are constantly shifting your weight onto one leg. You are in a state of slow motion, controlled single leg balancing for the entire session. This is actively training you to pass that 10-second test. It is training your neural software in a way that walking on a flat sidewalk never could. It is the ultimate fall-proofing for your body. Before we continue, if you're finding this information valuable, I'd be so grateful if you'd tap that like button and subscribe to the channel. We are a new community, and your support tells YouTube to share this vital, science-backed information with more seniors who need it. So Tai Chi prevents falls. But what about our joints? What about pain? As a joint surgeon, this is what I find most compelling. Many of my patients are in constant pain. They have osteoarthritis. They say, "Doctor, I want to exercise, but walking hurts. My knee is grinding." This is where Tai Chi becomes medicine. A groundbreaking study in the New England Journal of Medicine, one of the most prestigious medical journals on earth, did a head-to-head comparison. They took patients with severe painful knee osteoarthritis. They sent half to a standard traditional physical therapy program. They sent the other half to a Tai Chi class. The results? The Tai Chi group had more improvement in pain and function than the physical therapy group. Let me repeat that this soft exercise was more effective than the gold standard physical therapy my entire profession relies on. As a surgeon, this is why walking is high repetition, low variation. It's the same pounding motion step after step. Tai Chi is low repetition, high variation. The movements are slow, circular, and flowing. It is zero impact. This acts like a dynamic lubricant for your joints. The slow, gentle motion pumps nourishing synovial fluid in and out of your cartilage. It brings in nutrients and flushes out inflammation. It also strengthens all the small stabilizing muscles around the knee and hip, the exact muscles that walking ignores. This creates a strong, stable scaffold for the joint, which takes the pressure off the bone on bone grinding. I had a patient, Eleanor, 79 years old. Her knee x-ray was a mess, bone on bone. She was on my surgical schedule for a total knee replacement. She was terrified of the surgery. I told her, "While you're waiting, you have nothing to lose. Try this." I sent her to a local Tai Chi class. She came back 6 weeks later. I walked into the exam room and she was smiling. She said, "The pain is 50% better." I saw her again 6 weeks after that. She said, "The pain is almost gone. We can let her surgery." That was 2 years ago. She is still pain-free. She never needed my scalpel. So Tai Chi prevents falls and it heals joints. But the evidence gets even more profound. Let's talk about your bones. A fall is only a disaster if the bone breaks. This is called osteoporosis, or brittle bones. We're told to walk to keep our bones strong, but the science is clear. Walking is not enough. To build new bone, you must stimulate your bone cells, osteoblasts. This requires novel weight-bearing movements. Your bones are smart. They adapt to the same stimulus of walking. Tai Chi, with its constant shifting, turning, and squatting, is a novel stimulus. Studies show that regular Tai Chi practice can increase bone mineral density by 2.6% per year. This is incredible because most sedentary seniors lose about 1% of their bone density every year. Tai Chi is not just stopping the loss, it is reversing it. But for me, as a modern surgeon focused on the new science, the most groundbreaking research isn't in the bones or the joints. It's in the brain. Remember the neural blind spot? The fact that walking is autopilot. Tai Chi is the exact opposite. It is the ultimate brain-on exercise. You cannot do Tai Chi and think about your grocery list. The movements are too complex. You must focus. You must coordinate your hands, your feet, your breathing. This forces your brain to build new connections. It is neuroplasticity in action. And we can see it on brain scans. Studies on seniors who practice Tai Chi show increased gray matter volume in the motor cortex, the hippocampus, and the prefrontal cortex. These are the parts of your brain responsible for planning movement, for memory, and for executive function. Let me say that again because it's the most important sentence in this video. This practice can literally make your brain grow bigger. A famous study from Emory University confirmed this. They found that older Tai Chi practitioners had reaction times and walking speeds that were comparable to people 20 years younger. It is quite literally a fountain of youth for your nervous system. Finally, there's a hidden benefit that connects all of this together. Stress. Many seniors live in a state of chronic stress. They're worried about falling, about their health, about their family. This floods the body with a hormone called cortisol. Cortisol is a catabolic hormone. It breaks things down. Chronic cortisol accelerates muscle loss, sarcopenia, and kills brain cells. The slow meditative breathing of Tai Chi has been shown to reduce cortisol levels by up to 31%. It flips your body from a stressed breakdown state to a calm rebuild state. It activates your parasympathetic nervous system, which is your rest and digest system. It's the signal that tells your body it is safe to heal, to build new muscle, and to create new brain pathways. So, let's put it all together. Walking is a 1D flatline exercise. It's cardio. It's good for your heart, but it does not stop you from getting weak, unstable, or hunched over. It does not train you for the 10-second balance test. Tai Chi is a 3D all-in-one exercise. It is structural. The slow-motion squats and lunges build muscle, fights sarcopenia. It is positional. The constant weight shifting and spinal rotation builds balance and fixes posture, fights kyphosis and instability. It is neural. The complex focused movements build new brain pathways, fights cognitive decline. This is the revolution in senior fitness. It's not about working harder or walking more miles. It's about working smarter. Does this mean you should stop walking? Absolutely not. Walking is wonderful. It's great for your heart. It's great for your mind. But it must not be the only thing you do. It's time to stop maintaining and start rebuilding. The old model of aging, where decline was inevitable, is dead. The new science is definitive. We now know that targeted brain exercises can reverse many aspects of aging, rebuild lost muscle, and literally rewire the brain. The choice is no longer between exercising and not exercising. It's between doing an exercise that maintains your current state and choosing an exercise that reverses your decline and builds a new resilient body. Your future self is thanking you for starting today. If you have any questions or want to share your personal experience, don't hesitate to leave a comment below. We're always listening. Thanks for watching. If this helped you, drop a comment saying I'm starting today. And don't forget to like and subscribe.